Hello, y'all, and welcome to my podcast. Your host, Brandon Winningham. It has been a while, I have to say. It has been very long, actually, because it's been really busy, especially with the starting school. If you guys all listen to my podcast, I've been saying that I've been ready to start my senior year, and so that is underway. This is my third week into my senior year, so got a lot more weeks to go, but so we'll see what happens in the future, especially when I finish. I can't wait for that to be next year probably, and I'm really looking forward to it. And speaking of school, I think the Bob Jones Academy is starting next week, and according to what I saw in the news, I don't know if I'm correct, you guys can tell me if I'm not, if I am, but the governor actually released the max mandate. Can't get my words out today. And so that's exciting, especially for schools. They don't have to wear it. I don't know if the academy still has to wear them. I don't really know how that works, but I would assume that you wouldn't have to wear it because the governor already said, hey, we don't have to. So congratulations, guys. I think everybody was looking forward to that, actually hoping that was what's going to happen, and praise the Lord that it did. And a lot of things are happening this next week, actually. Speaking of exciting events, our church is supposed to have our VBS, which is going to be very exciting. So tomorrow we're supposed to go hand out some flyers, and Lord willing, people will come. A lot of kids will come, and that they will hear the gospel, and Lord willing, that will further His ministry. And we're praying that a lot of kids come and just enjoy themselves, but not only just enjoy themselves, but also just realize there is a God out there who loves them, and that is just very important, and for them to know. And that's the whole reason why we're having this VBS. That's why it's called Vacation Bible School. It's a week of encouragement and learning, and very excited just to be able to be part of it. I'm doing the games with one of my other friends, and very excited, and we're going to be doing the games. There are some couple of girls who are going to do the games. Mom's be helping with the teaching, and my dad, I don't know, I think he will be doing the music. If you guys didn't know, my dad is a musical person. He loves piano, plays piano all the time. And then I think my grandmother and my grandfather are teaching too as well. So there is a lot to be done by next week to get everything ready. So tomorrow is going to be a big day, just handing out flyers, hoping and praying that a lot of kids come, and that it will be a good time of fellowship next week, and maybe see some children come to Christ. Anyways, we are going to be talking about a lot of things today, and unfortunately I was kind of waiting until one of my friends was going to join me to do this, but because we're so busy this week, and especially college starting up next week and everything starting up, it's kind of been just hectic. And one of my friends, I really wanted him to be on this next podcast episode, couldn't do it because he just, we're busy, and I couldn't really do much the last week I did my other podcast, and so it's been a while. So anyways, may have him sometime in the future, and as I said, I will probably have some guests to this podcast. So Lord willing, that will be in the future podcast that I make. I think this is the 4th podcast episode that I made, and we're going to get right into it, and we're going to talk about some stuff that actually I was going to talk with one of my friends, but we'll just talk about it here, and we'll maybe talk about it in the near future when he's on here. But anyways, one of the questions was, what kind of house would I like to live in? And there's 3 types. Okay, there's the brick house, there's the log cabin, or in the mountains. So I guess really log cabin and the cabins are both the same. So I would say the third one, mansion. And I would think I not live in a mansion. That's one thing I'm not going to do. That's one. I would not live in a mansion because honestly, I don't know if you guys know this, but okay, mansions are big. Okay, they're huge. And just imagine all the things you would have to go and clean in those mansions. I mean, honestly, you probably would have to hire a maid to go and do all that stuff. But, honestly, for me, I couldn't deal with it, especially with all the dust. And maybe if there was like a bug problem, what would you do? I mean, honestly, there can probably be bugs all around your mansion. But I wouldn't live in a mansion, sadly enough. I know it's weird, but that's how it is, man. I don't know. That's just me. I would think out of the two, I think I would live in a log cabin. I like the mountains. If you guys don't know, I really, if it's the Lord's will, that I will go to Texas after I graduate college. Let's just say that's a dream, a big dream. So I don't know if that's going to happen. And a lot of people ask me, why would you go to Texas? I mean, if you guys didn't know, I'm from the north. I'm from Connecticut. I was born and raised there. And it's kind of funny because a lot of people ask me, why would you go to Texas? Why would you want to go to Texas? Well, honestly, guys, I like Texas not because of the weather. That's not why I'm going to Texas. I love because it's open area. There's just nothing there. I like the open, seeing nothing but the mountains. Especially, I guess, it really is depending on where you live in Texas. I mean, probably Dallas would be in the city. I would probably live more, in the I guess you could say mountains, but more toward the sands where you could just see the sand and just so. But yeah, that's really big reason. A lot of people ask me, what do you think you're going to do in Texas? And, really, I haven't really found out what I was going to do for college next year. I don't necessarily know yet. I'm still trying to figure that out. And Lord willing, God will make it clear what I will do. I mean, honestly, it could be that I won't go to college at all. So, I mean, honestly, I have to wait until, I know exactly what I'm doing. I have some options that I really want to do. There is some that I don't necessarily know if they're going to have it at the college next year. One of my teachers, I think I mentioned this in my last podcast. It's been so long time ago, so I don't remember. But maybe doing welding. I don't know if you guys out there, you're into welding or carpentry or anything to do with your hands. I'm that kind of person that is easy for me to study something with using my hands. I love it. I love building. If you guys love Legos, shout out to you guys. I love Legos. Legos used to be my favorite. And somehow when I actually have a big box of Legos, and somehow I don't know, I'm at that point in time that I just can't get into it anymore. I mean, honestly, I know some people still build Legos as adults, but like if I start doing it and then I get bored, I can't do it. Like I stop, then I just get bored. Like I can't stop. But once I start it, I can't stop. So that's just me. I don't know. That's the way. But anyways, I love building. I love, all that kind of stuff. Now, the only thing that probably be tough for me is math. And I know a lot of people don't like math, and that's the big no-no for a lot of people. I see a lot of people that love math. Like one of my uncles, he loves math, and he's actually doing some stuff toward that. One of my other uncles too, he's doing some class, calculus class, and so that's fun, I guess. I don't know, for some people it's just, I don't know, really. But anyways, yeah, I love building, and that was one of the welding really necessarily doesn't have to do with building, but it has to do with putting metals together and putting the right size together and whatever. And carpentry, of course, is building. And I could really do another trade like, let's say, plumbing, which I probably wouldn't like to do because let me tell you, it's going to be a smelly job, guys. You guys are plumbers. Well, I don't know. Smelly job, but a good job, honestly. I mean, honestly, it's not. I mean, if you could take the smell, then okay, you can do it. But anyways, yep. So going back to the different houses, why would I like to live in a log house? And I already give you one reason, because usually I like the mountains, beautiful up there, and of course, if I am able to go to Texas, that would be what I want to do. Secondly, why would I love I think it's more because I am a history guy. I love history. History is my thing. You can't say I'm a history buff, but my dad's more a history buff, I guess. And I love certain parts of history, and my favorite part of history is World War II, even though log cabins don't do anything with World War II, but I do like the colonial times and just the log cabins, and just getting to see how history played out in the future, in the past, not future. And it's just amazing how God illustrated everything for His plan. Honestly, guys, everything that God has done is for His glory, and about how God has really made everything to follow His plan in government and society, and through schools and through pastors, teachers, everything that you see, God has a plan for you. And certainly going to the academy last year was a plan, and I think I told the story, and I want to tell it again. This going back to me not wanting to go to the academy last year. I did too, and I'm so thankful that God allowed my parents to tell them, hey, you just need to go. It's really going to be a good experience for you. And honestly, it was, and I loved it. I miss it. It's such a thing I'm going to miss. But anyways, that was God's plan for me to go through the academy. It wasn't my plan. I never thought it was going to be God's plan for me to go to the academy last year. And, I told my dad, I said, I don't want to go. I like homeschooling better. And honestly, I like school better. Because honestly, yes, it's homeschooling. You're at home. You don't really get to see much friends. But honestly, at school, you get to fellowship with friends. You get to encourage each other as believers. And it's such a great opportunity for just to do that. God has given us the opportunity, some of us, the opportunity to minister to others. As Christians, we have plenty of opportunities, especially with teachers. Especially, I'm not doubting that every person in the academy is saved. I know that for sure is not. And the teachers have so many opportunities to witness to their students in their class and just the subjects they're talking about. And it's such a joy to see that God is really illustrating His work throughout the school and throughout the churches that each and one of those persons maybe go to. And God has really just illustrated His love for them. And it's really amazing how God just showed His love toward me last year. Just being that great Christian influence is what we learned at camp this past summer. Being that great Christian influence. And how can we be that Christian influence? Is showing others that we care because God has cared for us. God didn't have to die on the cross, guys. He didn't have to. That was something that He did out of love. And how grateful should we be for Him dying on the cross for us? It's such a big blessing for me, and just to be serving a God like that who loves me, even when I have sinned against Him. So anyways, that is one of the reasons why I would probably like to live in a log cabin. It's just, I like the open, and it's just, I don't know about you guys, I don't know if you guys like the open, or you guys kind of like, I really need to be in the city to be like that. So anyways, yeah, so, really, it's just a really good thing that God has just illustrated His work and through all our lives. Such a great ministry that God's put us in. So the next subject we're going to talk about is how is my school going? Well, school is going well. I actually really enjoy it. It's fun these past 4 weeks, just be able to learn different things, especially through government, and I'm taking government this year, so pretty interesting stuff I'm learning, and just good and bad things, but encouraging things that God is in control of everything, and that just explains how God is so merciful to us and gives us many blessings when we don't deserve them. And anyways, school has been very good. Enjoyed it so far, and really tiring, I guess, really at this point. I mean, honestly, I guess sometimes some people are excited to start school. I'm so excited too. And then all of a sudden when you get into like the few weeks, you're like, okay, I'm done. I want to be done. So yeah, that's what's about school. That's really what I've been doing, and more plans, and many plans this week. Speaking of plans, as I've told you guys, we're doing VBS, and actually, Lord willing, we're going to be having a youth. He was a youth pastor up in Connecticut, and he's coming down here to be our youth pastor at our church. And he The Lord has called him to be a youth pastor in our church, which we don't really have a youth group. We used to have one when the other pastor was at that church, but when he left, everybody kind of with him, and so the youth group was no more, and then we don't really have a nursery, so we want to start that up, and Lord willing, the Lord will use him to be a faithful youth pastor. And we're so excited to have him come down, and he's coming down actually tomorrow evening, and I'm so excited to actually be able to work with him and see what the Lord has in the future for the church. And so that's pretty exciting stuff, and I'm supposed to be getting my graduation ring, so that's pretty exciting. They ordered, I got some money for my birthday, which, if you guys didn't know, was my birthday last week. I am 19 years old, so honestly, I feel really old. I'm not. I don't know. A lot of people have told me I'm old, which just, it's so funny because I've told myself I am old, and I am like the old guy. So, I don't know. Some people are like, well, if you don't want to feel old, buddy, see how old I am. And I'm just like, okay. So anyways, got some money for my graduation ring. We're still looking at some graduation rings, and me and my mom are supposed to go out and find a perfect ring size, because I don't actually know what my finger size is. So I'm pretty excited for getting my graduation ring. So that's the excitement for this week, man. It's been kind of hectic, and as I told you guys, it's been really busy. I've been really busy, not being able to put my podcasts on air, and not able to do them because I've just been so busy. My friend's been busy, so Lord willing, I will have some guests on my podcast, and some may not want to do it, and some may ask questions. Of course, if you guys, you can always ask questions to me, and I will try to answer them. And thank you for guys joining me today and listening to my podcast. But remember, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will be on my YouTube channel, and it will be on Spotify and different others places on the internet. So if you guys want to listen to different platforms, you can. So God bless you guys. So excited to get on here today. It's been a while, and miss you guys, all my listeners, and thank you for joining me. See you guys later.